A Texas man bragged about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican drug cartel. He was kidnapped less than 2 hours later and is still missing. In 2023, we should all be well aware of what these cartels get into. So if you ever have any dealings with them and live to tell about it, the best way to keep living is to not tell about it. A Texas man bragged about stealing $50,000 from a Mexican drug cartel less than 2 hours later. Didn't even get a chance to spend any of the money. He was kidnapped by a group of armed men from a home in southern Texas and taken over the border. $50,000 is barely pocket change to these guys, so you already know it's more about the violation than it is about the money. The FBI says he's still missing, and we want to hope this guy comes out on the other end of this safe and sound, but it's a reality that we know how these cartels get down already. Witnesses overheard Erik Tadeo Ramirez bragging on a phone call to an unknown woman about stealing money from the Cartel del Noreste while he was at a house party in Laredo. You don't know how far these people reach extends. You don't know who's listening. A town close to the U.S. border with Mexico at about 11 p.m. on March 23rd, according to an affidavit reviewed by the Laredo Morning Times. I guess this is what it means when someone tells a person they can't keep their mouth shut to save their lives. At about 12:45 a.m. on March 24th, a group of 2 or 3 masked men arrived at the location in a blue Dodge pickup truck and assaulted Ramirez before forcing him into the car, the FBI said per the Morning Times. And that's definitely not a coincidence, because if multiple people overheard him bragging about stealing the money, it only takes one person to sell you out. The car then crossed into Mexico about an hour later with video footage showing a man with a bloodied face trying to exit the passenger door of the vehicle while it was still in motion. He was pulled back inside the car. According to the affidavit, authorities determined that the car was registered to the mother of Jonathan Cabriales. He has since been arrested on the charge of kidnapping. According to the Morning Times, the car was parked outside of Cabriales' grandmother's house in Nuevo Laredo, which is over the border in Mexico. On the morning of March 24th, Cabriales is believed to have stayed at the property overnight. My guess is that they wanted Cabriales to do the driving because he had the legit paperwork and a legit registration, and they didn't need those type of problems moving back and forth across the border. Now, if he did know anything else, which I don't think he does, he's definitely not going to say anything. A day later, on March 25th, FBI agents spoke to 2 individuals at the address Ramirez was taken from, who said they witnessed Ramirez being kidnapped by 2 or 3 armed individuals, the Morning Times reported, citing court documents. On March 27th, U.S. Customs and Border Protection officers detained Cabriales after he crossed into the U.S. in the same Dodge pickup truck. And that's why I believe they just had him as a driver. They probably got a few people as drivers who just keep a good license and a good registration on their vehicle to take them back and forth across the border without any type of problems. In a post-arrest interview, Cabriales admitted that he drove the vehicle into Mexico on March 24th with a kidnapped victim along with 3 other people. The Morning Times reported he said he was aware that Ramirez had stolen approximately $50,000 from the Cartel del Noreste. Per the affidavit, the Cartel del Noreste, which is an offshoot of the Los Zetas cartel, is considered to be one of the most powerful criminal organizations in Mexico. That means that everybody on both sides of the border know very well not to mess with those people or their money. The rest of the men involved in the kidnapping remain at large. At this point, I don't think they're going to find the kidnappers, and chances are they're not going to find a victim, safe and sound anyway. The FBI told Insider that it is unable to comment due to the ongoing nature of this investigation.